What is up, guys? Today we will be talking about how GM is finally taking the EV market seriously and how they are going to be competing against companies like Tesla. Or are they? Hello everyone, my name is Harry and I am your host for today's dose of EVs and technology here on EV Source. Unless you've been living under a rock lately, you've probably heard GM announcing their future plans in the EV market. And as someone who absolutely loves Tesla, I'm pretty excited to see how GM plans to compete against companies like Tesla and other car manufacturers. So let's dive right into it. As you may know, GM hasn't really been taking the EV market seriously, and for years they've only had the Volt, which is a plug-in hybrid, and the Bolt, which is all electric, and that's it. That is until now. During the EV day, GM presented and discussed their products, many of which were just clay models at this point in time, ranged from pickups and SUVs to newer versions of the Bolt EV. Some of the most notable vehicles included the GMC Hummer pickup and SUV, a Chevrolet pickup, and a flagship Cadillac EV, and a large Escalade-sized SUV. The company did not release any photos or renderings of the vehicles shown during the presentation. GM showed and discussed 11 all-new electric vehicles as part of its plans through 2025, which includes at least 20 new models by 2023. Now, we don't know if all of those vehicles are going to be electric. Most likely they are. But what we do know is that they're putting in $20 billion into the electric vehicles by 2025, which is approximately $4 billion per year. But not all of it is going to go directly into the electric vehicles. This also includes the capital cost, research and development costs, which most likely is going to take a huge chunk of it. So how exactly is GM going to compete in the EV market at this stage when Tesla seems to be so far ahead of any other automaker out there when it comes to EVs? Well, GM has partnered up with LG Chem and have come up with a new battery design which they are calling the Ultium batteries. These batteries have been designed to be flexible in the layout, which the automaker says can be stacked horizontally or vertically, with battery capacities ranging from 50 kilowatt hour to 200 kilowatt hour. The largest battery packs, according to GM, should be good for up to 400 miles. This, of course, we might only see in their pickups and SUVs, for example, the Hummer. While I think it's absolutely great that GM is finally getting into the EV market and taking it seriously, I also think it might already be a little too late, unless they can solve autonomous driving, which is completely missing in their vehicles. Now, they do have a system called Super Cruise, which is technically just a cruise mode on steroids. Now, I'm not going to get too in-depth into that on this video. I'll probably make a separate video on that if you guys are more interested in seeing how Super Cruise by GM compares to Tesla's autopilot. But it's safe to say that it's not anywhere near to Tesla's autopilot, and GM has a long way to go to catch up on this regard. I think it's great that a giant automaker like GM is finally taking the EV market seriously, because competition ultimately will benefit the consumers. How, you might think? Well, the research and development that goes into battery technologies alone will eventually lead to higher battery capacity, which translates into longer range for EVs. And then that technology can be also used for other purposes. For example, cell phones, cameras, or any other technology that uses batteries these days. I mean, I'm really sick and tired of charging my cell phone every night. And sometimes if I'm using my phone a lot during the day, I might have to charge it a couple of times a day. And so I say, bring it on. I think it's high time for us to get some new batteries into these things. Imagine your phone battery lasting an entire week or 2 weeks or even a month. That would be a game changer. It's great to be alive today to witness the next revolution in vehicles and the technologies that come with it. I do wish all this had happened a lot sooner, but I guess better late than never. Although it would have been awesome to already have those electric vehicles. I imagine having all these autonomous vehicles roaming around the streets right now, and you never have to worry about driving. And think about the possibilities. You can sleep in the car. I mean, once we reach level 5, you can sleep in the car while the car takes you to work. So that means you can sleep a little bit longer if you want to use your time like that. Other people might think, okay, since I don't have to drive myself anymore, I don't have to look at the road, I can do things on my cell phone, I can watch entertainment if that's what you choose to. But others might like to be a little bit more active, be more efficient, get some work done before they reach work, or go through some of the emails, or whatever it is you would like to do to manage your time effectively while your car is driving you to and from places. I'm sure we'll find many different ways to use our time inside the vehicles once we reach that level 5 autonomy. Anyway, I'm very excited to see what the near future holds for all of us, and how the emerging technologies from the auto industry will soon shape our lives on a daily basis. Solving some of the fundamental problems with autonomous vehicles, such as computer vision, will ultimately change the way we operate today. But more on that on the next video. Thank you for watching EV Source, the place for all your EV related information. Hit that like button if you liked the video, and subscribe to stay up to date on everything related to EVs. Until next time, bye for now. I'm pretty excited to see how GM plans to... Why is it so difficult to speak in front of the camera? I've probably done this line like 10 times already. Okay, let's do that one more time.